friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. I have said it before and I will say it again. One of my favorite things about BookTube is sharing our opinions and hearing different sides of the coin. Some people might love a book while other people do not like a book, and vice versa. I have shared in my last video 6 terrible books that I read because of BookTube, and today I want to share 6 amazing books that I read because of BookTube. Now, I have read a lot of amazing books. I consider myself super lucky, but these are books that I directly bought, were gifted, etc. because of you guys. These are books that were not on my radar until you guys said something. And then once you guys said something over and over and over again, sometimes I would pick up a book, read it, and I loved them so much. So I have 6 books for you today. Don't forget to check out my 6 terrible books that I read because of BookTube video. I will link it in the description box for you, but I think you're really gonna like this list. And yeah, you definitely need to pick out these books. If you're asking me, I love them, they're amazing, check them out. So these are in no particular order. I couldn't rank them because I love them all so much. But I'll just go ahead and jump right into the books. The first book that I want to talk to you about is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Everybody and their mother has been talking about this book for the longest time, and it took me forever to get my hands on a copy. Years and years and years passed. Everybody was singing its praises. I kept passing it over, and then I was gonna get it, but then I don't remember anybody talking about it at the time, and then it kind of like re-emerged and it kind of like became popular again. And yeah, I definitely am so glad that Patty sent this to me for my birthday. Thank you again, Patty. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It follows a band of characters from a boarding school and of course Blue, and they just form this like unlikely friendship, and it has paranormal and magical realism, and it's really about the characters and their friendship and the stuff that happens, which is so cool. The next book that I want to talk to you about is The Kiss of Deception by Mary E. Pearson. This is a book right when I started my BookTube channel was super hot and everybody was talking about it. So I picked it up, I loved it so much, and I have the second book sitting around to read, and I should probably get on that. This is the story about a princess that is supposed to be married, but she runs away before her wedding day, and the prince that she was supposed to marry goes after her, as well as an assassin. And the way that this story is told, you know the names of the 2 characters, but you don't know who is who. You don't know which one is the prince and which one is the assassin, and you're trying to figure it out. Towards the end of the book, you do find out, and things get a little crazy. The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. This is a book that is fantasy, and fantasy sometimes scares me off. I have heard nothing but wonderful things about this series or this trilogy, and yeah, it just took me forever to get my hands on a copy. It didn't sound like something that I would really be interested in because I'm not usually a fantasy reader, but I ended up loving this one so much. Like, this is for people that don't like fantasy, and I highly recommend it. The writing is wonderful, the characters are awesome, the adventure is awesome, and just I love everything about this book. I rated this one 5 stars as well. This is about a female protagonist that is overweight, she was married off, and she really didn't understand why she was married off, because her older sister was so much better, or would have made so much better of a queen, but she's married off. She goes to her new kingdom and chaos ensues. The next book that I want to talk to you about is my favorite book of all time, and that is The Giver by Lois Lowry. This is a book that I know it's a movie, and I mean, I knew it was a book, I guess. Like, I don't even remember if I knew it was a book at the time, but I saw it on BookTube, and when I saw it for free, I snatched it up, and oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so glad I did. This is about a utopian society where everybody is assigned their family units, and everybody is assigned their jobs, and kind of that world that Lois Lowry has created. And it's well written, it's not fluffy, it's not overly descriptive, it's just straight and to the point, and it's so glorious. It is definitely a masterpiece. Next book that I'm going to talk to you about, you may or may not be sick of hearing me talk about it, but if you're sick of hearing me talk about it, it's probably because you haven't read it yet. And that is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torrey. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I rated this 5 stars. I have been pushing this on everybody that I can possibly push this on. Again, if you haven't picked up this book, pick it up because It's amazing. But this is a psychological, like, thriller erotica book, and it's just the marriage of the erotica and the thriller. It's just, I love this book so much. It's so unique and different, and the characters are cool, and the story is fun, and it's fast-paced, and it's just amazing. I'm gonna continue singing its praises until I get more books, so I'm waiting for 4, 5, and 6 to be written and released. Okay, thanks, bye. And the last book on this list that I want to talk to you about is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutowski. This is a book that I have heard tons about, political and, you know, like fantasy, but like amazing characters and depth and amazing writing. Everybody was 100% right. I put this on my wish list kind of as a maybe, and my secret sister from last round, Nicole, got it for me, and I read it, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is definitely one of my favorite series of all time. The writing is so great. It's so amazing. This is another masterpiece in my opinion. I love it so much. Everything about this is perfect, and I finally picked up the third and final book of the trilogy just the other day. Can't wait to read about the conclusion. So those are 6 amazing books that I read because of BookTube. So I want to say thank you if you're watching, if you are a creator, if you are, you know, in the comments leaving recommendations. Like, it is because of you guys that I read these amazing books, and I love them so much. I can't even imagine my life without these 6 books. But that's all I have for you today. Again, don't forget to check out my 6 terrible books, plus I added in 2 DNF books. And of course, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this one. Take a moment and leave me a comment below telling me what your favorite book is that you have read because of BookTube. That's all I have for you today. I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!